Rightio, so I'm just going to show you guys here a little tip on what I do with falcon bushes, because so many of them have massive gaps. This is your blade arm. It goes pretty much right there. Look at that. Look at the friggin' gaps in there. They just have massive gaps, just like the diff bushes. Now if I can set this up, I'll show you. This is the way you do it. Have a look at this. Look how much that moves around, like all the gaps in there. So what I do is this. I fill them with Sikaflex. Well, there's a gap in there, isn't there? Little one. This is what I use. Sikaflex 252, high strength. It's very good for pretty much making your bushes solid. I just fill in all the holes. The main diff bush has 4 holes in it. One top, one bottom, one left, one right, and you just fill it up. And it makes everything so much more solid. So, you've got to take that one out because the exhaust runs there. You've got a heat shield on it. So let's fill this guy up. And there you go. Filled. So, and then I just, go 24 hours before you do anything. I don't just leave them, I don't touch them for 24 hours. And then, go from there. So, what we're up to is, I gave it a wire wheeled the whole thing. Degreased it, brake cleaned it, gave it a scrub up. And then just got some chassis chip paint, like chip resistant paint. And gave everything a touch up, just where it was all rusty. And basically where you can see from behind the car, which is like lower control arms and that. So here's our bushes, all done. They're all rock solid now, completely Sikaflexed. And it's been 48 hours. Other ones in there. Taking the shockies off. The arms are off. I think I might even put some arms on it first because it's so much easier to do those 3 up when it's outside the car like this. And I still need a tail shaft. Seems that everyone selling a tail shaft for these doesn't want to sell them. Yeah, I know, it sounds odd because it is. Anyway. So next step basically is to get this one out. So same thing again. Instead of spending a lot of money on bushes, got my blade arms and filled the 2 gaping gaps full of Sikaflex. And I am bogan. I've always been a Logan bogan, but this is just smart, I think. I had them in, I did this to the grey, I had a grey Ego BF XR6 non-turbo daily for a whole year. And the front lower control arm bushes, I filled. The blade bushes I filled like this. Got a wheel alignment. And no word lie, it is the best handling falcon that I've ever had. So, and another thing, I went ahead and I designed my own Ford Diff Cradle rolling trolley. It's got 5 wheels. It's got 2 boards. 2 boards are stuck together. And some big screws. And this is going to let me wheel the diff out of underneath this once I've got it out, or once I've dropped on the ground anyway. And then I should be able to slide that one onto it, and then just wheel it underneath the car and drop the car down onto the new one. Right, so I've concluded that the easiest way to do this is going to be to take the rear bar off. So there's 1, nut there, one nut there. Then you've just got your scrivets, 1, 2, screw, and another scrivet up the top, and the bar will just pull off. Because there's a crash bar under here, which I'm going to jack off because, yeah, it needs to be in the middle, and I need to lift the car up to get the cradle, roll the cradle out, and then vice versa. So rear bar's off. I forgot there's a couple of little scrivets that hold the rear bar on there, and yeah, it does have a little bit of damage under there, but I didn't bother about fixing it. So next step is I've undone the wheel nuts. I'm gonna jack it up off the cradle and yeah, get the wheels off, and then actually no, I'll jack it up off here, get the wheels off, and then I can basically lower it down onto my trolley. So first thing to do is, yeah, get yourself a couple of good chassis stands and get it yeah, in the air safely, and make sure it's all safe. I've got the front wheels chocked just in case it wants to move forward or backwards, and chassis stands. And now we're going to get this tail shaft out. That's the first step. So there's 6, so 3 have a nut behind them. I think you can just see that nut. Don't undo that one. You undo the bolt, because the bolt goes through the donut and into the flange on the gearbox. And there's 3 of them. I've got a brand new rattle gun. Oh yeah, it's been a while since I had one of these, so it's just should make it quite easy. Old Ryobi made short work of that one. There we go. Rattle her out, and then yeah, get the other 2. So next stop is your center bearing. As you can see, this one is REKT, wrecked. So I've got another tail shaft anyway, because this is a NA one. The back CVs are different sizes, in case you didn't know. So I've got a couple of 10 mils here. Just going to zap them out and drop the center of the tail shaft. And there you go, dropped the center bearing, a couple of 10 mils. And then the funnest one of all is the back one. Don't recommend power tools for this guy, because if you strip one of these heads, you're in a lot of pain. So here you go, you got these 10 mils. Cracked open a brand new 10 mil. Just to get these guys, because you do not want to strip one. So let's go ahead and undo them. There we go. Right, so when I bought this LSD 273 turbo diff cradle, I decided, right, I'm going to measure everything up just to see how they did everything. So the length, so I went from here to the outer edge there, and then I measured the NA one. There's quite a bit of difference. So here we go, we've got it's actually a BF, but it's a B, so we've got a BF FG turbo tail shaft. And now that's all the same. This is all the same. Now look at the length difference. So the turbo one's shorter because the diff's bigger, which makes a lot of sense. And then you've got the different CV sizes. So the left is the NA one, which is 100mm. And then the right is the turbo V8 one, which is 108mm. Scott's little tail shaft tips. Just for you guys. The next thing I want to do is just get these calipers out of the way. I just like to, move them away from everything so they can chill out of the way and stay with the car. So you need a 15 and a 17. And you just want to, get them out of the way. If only it was that easy all the time. What's going on there? So you just want to basically undo the caliper. So then I just zip tie it out of the way, just so it's exactly what I said, out of the way, I suppose. Look at that, beautiful. So what can we do next? Where did that other pad go? There it is. I think I'll replace him. In very good shape. So next thing I'm going to do is take the top of the shock. I'm just going to remove the whole shocky. It's going to make it a lot easier. It needs some elevation. We've got to lift the lower control arm up to get that bolt out nicely. And we'll get the bottom one out, which is an 18. So next two bolts I'm going to undo are the blade arms. Next thing you want to do before you forget is undo the ABS sensor. So you open the back door and you want to pop the back seat. So you want to pop the back seat and move it out of the way a bit. Then down in here you'll find a plug. That's your ABS sensor, and then there's a little weather washer thingy and you just push it through. Show you. Like so. So on both sides you've got there's this little brace. You can see the other side. You just got a couple of 15s. Whip that off. So that's pretty much both sides undone. I got my little Cradle trolley under there. And I just thought of another thing. handbrake cable. I haven't done that yet, so you got to undo the handbrake cable, but show you how to do that. But both sides are undone, ready to go. The lower control arms are sitting on the trolley. There's a couple of fun jobs left. You got to take the handbrake cable off. So I just, yeah, undo that nut. The bolt on the side of the diff bush. There's the main diff bush in there. And then you've just got your 6. Yeah, there's 3 on each side. There's 1, 2, 3. So it turns out you got to hold it. So exhibit A. And then I just cheat a bit, just a little bit. Hopefully you can see this. Can't really see. Why did I not buy one of these like previously in my 36 years? Jeez, so nice. Keeps your little nails tight, and then you just jeez, that's easy. Yeah. So we're at that exciting point now. Well, I'm excited anyway. We have 6 bolts left, and that is holding this bad boy in. So yeah, I'm going to start undoing them, I suppose. So there we go, we're officially sitting on our trolley. Had to get some wood just to make up the difference, but yeah, it didn't crash down or anything, it just sat there. So next step is to get the car off the ground so that I can roll that baby out. Rightio guys, there we go. That one's going in. This one just come out. So what I had to do, once I got it on the ground, I undid it all. I tried to get it out. Oh, I couldn't jack it as high as I could off there. You don't want to know how I did that, but yeah, it just wouldn't come out. So I had to take the arms, quickly zap the blade arms off, and then I took all the wood out, and it rolled straight out. Such a good idea that was, making that guy. So all I got to do is I just realized that now it's like this. All I have to do is wheel this under. Oh, hopefully I can. Yeah, I reckon it'll get around there. There should be enough room. If I wheel that, get this guy out of the way, wheel this around the back, slide it all the way forward, it should slide under there enough, and then it just jacks up. It's the Mrs. Dad's. He lent it to me, while I was doing this. Anyway, so I think that's gonna be the go. Leave the arms off. Oh no, it won't matter. Yeah, I can yeah, I'll actually get into position, roll it right as back as far as I can, and then do that. So just taking this opportunity to change the diff fluid. You can see it coming out there, and there's the fill bolt, the big guy there. And yeah, just gonna chuck some of this in while it's just before it goes back in anyway, because it's a lot easier to do it now. There's our new diff fluid. So we've got our 30mm socket, and crack that guy open. Now we'll put our fresh oil in. So I'll definitely recommend getting yourself one of these pumps. It makes it so easy. Doesn't matter where the diff is or what you've got to get fluid in where. So easy. Just pump away till it starts coming out, and then put the plug back in. So here we are, we're back. We have our rear bar back on, and the new cradle is in. And this worked a treat. Got the old one on there now. Basically just jacked it up into the car, lined it up. Got the nuts and bolts in. It's just not lined up yet, I've got to do that now. So there's a hole on each side of the diff cradle and the car itself. And all you got to do is just line it up. So I've got all the bolts like just about done up. So there's just a little bit of gap. Lined up both sides pretty well. It's definitely not perfect, but it's not bad. Nothing a wheel line won't fix. Rightio guys, here we are. We are finished. I didn't record anything because, hey, it's the reverse of taking it all out, but anyway, we've got our brand new Monroe shocks, got our Sikaflex bushes, got our SSL springs. I stole them out of the Force, but I've got different ones in the Force now. Got our inner guard back in, the rear bars all done up. Took the opportunity to give the brakes a bit of a touch up. New pads. The tail shaft is in with its new center bearing and uni. Just use the old donut, and everything is done up. So got to bolt some wheels on and then put it back on the ground. Job done. All buttoned up, everything's done, wheel nuts are done up. And I must say, I think I'm digging the black brakes, because they sort of just disappear behind the good old Lux packs. Oh, I love Lux packs. So next on the list is the front. So I went ahead and all the rear bars back on properly, and the little inner guards are in, as you probably saw before. That looks really good. I think the ride height is going to be perfect, I'm hoping. So next job is to put there's little inner guards behind there, and the main inner guard has to go on, and the splash guard. So here we are guys, we're done. We have finished off the cradle, and I gave it a full detail this morning. God damn. And that's all straight off the gun. Hasn't been de-nibbed or sanded or polished or anything yet. It's freaking amazing. So we're off to the dyno in the morning, so that's going to be the next video, so hang around for that one. I'll see you there.